Hello everyone, my name is Katie and welcome to Greenland Quilter. Tonight we're going to be working on the Raspberry Kisses block. Quilt along, sew along, whatever y'all want to call it. I am excited about sharing how to make this block because it is so much fun. I have really enjoyed messing with pattern. And I am hoping that everyone in the group that watches will be wanting to also make the block. Hi, Brenda. So I will post a link if you haven't already downloaded the pattern or printed it out or write it out, however you do, however you do it. But let me share the link. Raspberry Kisses, or it's raspberry. Let's see if the bot works. Okay, there's the link for the pattern. I have also posted the link over on my community tab on my YouTube channel and also on my on our Greenland Quilter group in Facebook. Hi, Lori. Hello to anyone who's not said hi yet. So basically, I'll show you what the block is going to be looking like. And then I will go from there on building it so you can see how to do it. And I would like some feedback on this camera setting, this one, to see if you like this view versus the usual. I usually have it in front of my machine. I'm trying this angle to see if y'all like this angle better or if you think it's harder to see. So let's test this out tonight and see what y'all think about it. And then we'll go from there. Okay. And hi, Lori. Hello, Gladys. And hello, Joy T. So this is what you're going to have when you're cutting it out. So basically, you're going to need 1.5 by 3.5 rectangle. You're going to need 2 1.5 by 1.5 of that same color for this angle. And then you're going to need 4 1.5 by 1.5 squares, which will be your corners. And then we're going to sew all of that together. That's the first part of making this block. Hello, Mike. And yeah, Joy, how are you doing? So please feedback about this. In the meantime, let me show you what I've got set up so you can see what we're going to do. I will, yeah. Okay. Let me move my keyboard out of the way a little bit. No, mouse out of the way. Okay. Can everyone see this okay right here? So what we're going to do is this is the rectangle. And your rectangle goes in the middle. And then we're going to put 1.5 by 1.5 on each side of that rectangle, the same color. Okay. Then what we're going to do is then there will also be 1.5 and 1.5 on each corner. And then what we'll do is we're going to sew it like you would any other block, sew it in rows. And then I will show you what happens after that. So this is the setup. So it's really, really simple. Robin said, hi, Robin, I'm hanging in there. I'm in my usual horizontal position now. Hello, Maritza. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out by sewing one white block to the blue block here, the 1.5. And I'm going to also do the same thing on the other end of this rectangle so that I'll have 2 of these sewn together. And then what I'll do after I've sewn these 2 together is we're going to sew the third one on, and then we'll have 2 strips that are on each side of the rectangle. I am Alfonso. How about you? Hello, Brenda H. Okay, so while I start this sewing, is there anyone going to make this block with me today, or are you still cutting fabric so you can start making it? Let me know if you're planning on doing it, because I want you, if you're sewing with me today on this, I want you to post it in the Facebook group so we can see your handiwork. And also, if you're not working on this and you're working on something else, tell us what you're working on. Share what you're doing. Let's keep the chat running. So I'm sewing that first one. Now I'm going to sew the second one. This block is really, really fun because there's really not too much hard work involved in it. I mean, you still got to watch your seams. Make sure you're doing a 1/4 inch seam allowance, and you know, keeping up with all those things you need to keep up with. And I have so little space right here. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do is I've sewn 2 of them now. I'll take them out of the machine. I also like to chain stitch. That's where I had done 2 at a time. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is I'm going to press to the darker side. And I'm going to use finger press for now, along with my little handy dandy roller. And then when I get the whole strip done, I will go over to the iron and press it. Hi, Glenda. How you doing? Anyone doing the raspberry kiss? I hope so. Okay, so now I'm going to add this one to this, and I'll sew them together, and I'll do both sides like that. Do the second one the same way. Okay, then we're going to take it back out. And I'm going to use finger pressing, and then I will take it over to the iron and press it with heat. So I want to make sure that we're pressing toward the darker side because I want those to not show up on the white. And do my little rolling. And then I'll do the same thing with this other one. I'm pressing toward the dark and finishing it with a roller. So now you have 2 of these. So let me go press them real quick. So press them. Okay. So now we have 2 of these done, okay? So this is going to go on one side and the other one's going to go on the other side, and that's how it's going to be. Okay, let me see what's going on in the channel. Hi, Shirley. Joy Tina, I have to get a needle through. The nerve damage in my hands is preventing me. Uh-oh. Alfonso says it's cold. We got snow. How do you do the multi-camera setup at once? Well, I'm using my phone. That's what this is. And then I'm using my laptop. At some point, I will be migrating from the phone to a Canon EOS Rebel T7, but I need 2 certain kinds of cables that I don't have, so I'm gonna have to order those and figure out how to get them to me here in Greenland. So in the meantime, while I'm doing that, I'll still continue this, but that's how. And then what I do is I log, my phone is logged onto the Wi-Fi, and then I log into the Zoom because I'm using Zoom, and I use the Zoom link that is attached, that's used for streaming through YouTube. And that's how I have two cameras. I can hook up multiple ones, I guess, if I really wanted to do that, but that's how I'm doing it. Just here to see what Raspberry Kisses is about, Robert says. It's about a cute little block, Robert. So let me share the link again. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew each side to the block. We'll start with one side. We'll get it. Now you're going to have to probably pin because it's going to seem like the the piece strip won't fit because it looks like it's too small, but that's not the case. So you need to pin it and make sure you have everything lined up so that when you send it through the machine, it lays properly. All right. And I like to take it and curve it so that I can get another pin in the middle. And then when I send it through the machine, it's going to lay down. So let's go ahead and sew this side. All right. Now we're going to get it all lined up properly. Okay, so now we've got that side sewed on. Now with these Raspberry Kiss blocks, you can chain piece them when you're doing multiple colors if you want to, because I started on some of them yesterday. So I've sewn this on, so I'm going to press it to the dark side, finger press to start with, and then I'll use my little handy dandy roller to help flatten it some more. Then we have this part done. So now what we're going to do is we're going to sew the other side on to do the other side, okay? All right, let's get it pinned on here. Robert says, okay, sure, Katie, I'm going to love it. Yes, you are. Robert, I'm going to be posting my channel email in the channel at some point soon. I need you to email me because you became a member of the channel and I want to send you an email about it. Okay, so we're going to sew this side. I have something planned for those paid members. Okay. Okay, now I got the other side sewn on. Now I'm going to press it. I want to press it to the dark side, not the light side. So I'm going to flip the block over so that I can see that. And I'm going to finger press it. Put my handy dandy roller on it. And now we have this part done. Next step after I press it is we're going to do what you call a square and a square. Okay, so it's all pressed now. I'm gonna clip off these little tiny pieces of thread so they're not creating bulk. Okay, now I'm going to show you how I do a square and a square when I'm not using paper. And this is how I do it so that I can make sure that I don't have a triangle in the wrong position. I like to fold it in half where the points are together straight and I come down here on the other end. Remember, this is a bias, so don't be pulling on it, but you can close it and then gently press with your fingers. And then it leaves a little crease up here on this seam. See the crease? And then what I do with my block is I'm going to line up to center two seams along with the corner, and I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to press a crease. Okay. Now you have a crease here. I don't know if you can see it on this blue or not. And then what you do is you want to line up that crease from the half triangle to the crease that's in the center of this rectangle or strip. Okay. And then I pin that one right there at the center. So this will be the center of the block. And then I just put a couple pins, one on each end. And since I like to do 2 at a time, I'm going to turn this around. And I probably should have already creased this before I added that side. I'm going to crease the other side, the opposing side, which runs parallel. And then I'm going to take another triangle, do the same thing. I'm going to press it in the middle. And then I will line it up with the crease in this dark blue as well. And then pin it, and then you can sew both sides at the same time. You know, sew it, turn it around, and then sew the other side. And then put a couple pins in to keep it stable. Now, if you don't use pins, that's okay. If you use clips, that's okay. This is how I do it because I do not consider myself an intermediate sewer yet. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in the machine. And I'm going to sew this one side first. Make sure you're doing that 1/4 inch seam. And then you're going to come back on the other side, line it up on your 1/4 inch. And then you're going to sew this side. Now you're going to have little dog ears hanging off the sides. That's normal. Okay. Now we've got both sides done. Now I'm going to press it to the white and get my handy dandy roller here. And then we'll turn it around and do the same thing to the other side. And then I'm going to go over to the iron and press it. Okay, so this is what it looks like so far. Now, some people will want to cut the dog ears off. You can. It's not going to hurt it. Ooh, the camera doesn't like this one. Or you can leave it on there and cut it after the fact. I'm going to go ahead and cut mine off. Hi, Wayne. Let's see. Did I miss anyone? Hi, Brenda. Is there a cheat sheet that will give? Yes. The size of the triangle? All you need is a 3-inch square, and then you just cut it straight down the middle. Do you need me to show you how to do that? I have been blessed in doing this. Brenda, do you want me to show you how to cut these? You want me to show you how to cut these? Because it starts with this. And then all you do is take your ruler and line it corner to corner here and cut it straight across. And it gives you the right size that you need. All right, so now I've got 2 on there. Now I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to make a crease in the middle of my half triangle. And I'm going to make a crease this time on both sides so I don't have to do it while I have triangle on. And then I will line that crease up with this crease. Then I'm going to pin it. Add a couple more pins. Then we're going to turn it to the other side. Hi. Hey, Pam. Then I'm going to put another crease in this one. And same thing. I'm going to line it up with that crease I made on the blue. And then I'll pin it. And repeat pin on each end. That way you don't, your triangles are not moved, being moved around. Okay. Now, sometimes when you do all of this additional, making sure you get it put in the right place and everything, it might sometimes still look wonky, but when we trim it down to 4.5, it won't look that way. So I'm going to go ahead and sew one side on first. All right. And then we're going to go ahead and sew the other side on. This Raspberry Kisses pattern is free from Wooden Spoons. I found out, I saw this quilt in a twin size and it was gorgeous. I saw it at QuiltCon. And I asked the lady, I said, man, this would really make a good sew along project for my YouTube channel. And she says, well, the pattern's free. And she told me where to go look for it at. And that's what I did. And when I got to looking at the pattern, I'm like, wow, it is really, really easy to make, you guys. I feel like this is definitely mostly newbie friendly. I mean, unless you have triangle problems. Okay, so here it is before I go press it. I'll be right back. It's a 4.5-inch block. So if I had a 7-inch block, what size square would I need to make the triangles? Oh, I see what you're asking, Brenda. So technically, before I put the triangles on this block, let me measure one, because I have one over here. Okay, so the smaller part of this block is 3 inches. And it tells you to cut 3-inch squares that you're going to cut in half to make the triangles. Wait, that's wrong. It's actually 3 1/4. Yeah, it's 3 1/4. Sorry. Okay, so this part of it will be 3 1/4, and you're using a 3-inch. So if it's a 7-inch, there is a pattern for bigger blocks. It's on when you go to the website. What is the rest of the pattern? Oh, okay. On page, if you scroll, when you go to the website, if you scroll down, and I'll show you what it looks like so you'll know what you're looking for, you can actually make an 8.5-inch. Let's see. I think it's an 8.5-inch finished block. Yes. There's instructions on how to do the 8.5 inch. So if you go, let me post the link again if you didn't catch it, Brenda, and you can make the blocks in 8.5 inch. Because these ones will finish, the ones I'm working on right now will finish at 4.5. So let me go press this. And this is your finished block. And all I got to do now is trim it and make sure that it's exactly 4.5 inches. So it's very, very easy block. So let me trim it down, then I'll show you what it looks like after I've trimmed it. Now we're gonna, I'm almost done, you guys. More pass, and we will have it squared up and ready to go to the next part. Okay, so here's the finished block. Hi, Teresa Louise. Do you want to come in on the Zoom? So that's what it looks like. So I have left it up to you on what size quilt you want to make using the pattern. I'm going to see, I haven't formulated yet how big I want to make mine yet, but I definitely are going to try to use all of my colors. Okay, so that's the finished block. Isn't that pretty? Very pretty. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically start working on more blocks. Because that's part one. I've already done some earlier today. Okay, so let's go ahead and make the other one. Thank you, Brenda. It's a super fun block and it's super cute. I think it's going to look lovely in a quilt. Hello, Terry. All right, let's get this one laid out the way it should be laid out. We'll move this one out of the way. So let's get this. Oops, that needs pressing. All right, let's lay it out the way it should be laid out. Okay, Teresa. Okay, and then we're going to have them there. And then we will spread these blocks out to each end. Okay, so everybody tell me what you're working on. Let's get the chat moving. We need to get the chat moving because that helps my analytics. thank you everyone who has come to watch. I hope everyone's been having a really great day. The weather is making me want to just sleep. It's been raining for 3 days here, but all the snow is gone. There's like remnants of snow on the mountains. The lake has these dark areas on it, so I'm pretty sure that the lake is thawing, and probably within a few days it'll start freeing itself from the ice. And then once all the ice is gone, I'm pretty sure the temperatures will also be much warmer while that's going on, and before you know it, there'll be kids down at the lake swimming in the lake. I don't know how they swim in it, but they do. It doesn't even seem to bother them. Must be that Arctic blood in them. They would probably enjoy Qaqortoq Springs in Florida because that's 72 degrees year round, and it always feels cold to us Floridians because, you know, it's 85 to 90 degrees outside, and you jump in that cold water and oh boy, is it cold. But it really isn't cold. Cold is relative. Okay. I'm about to have these two done. See how quickly this little block goes together? I mean, it's just, once you do your cutting and stuff, it's really not all that time consuming, and it's something that you can just sit here and so mindlessly, you know, if you're, you know, wanting to have a block that's simple that you don't have to think about, this is your block. Okay. All right, let's see what I missed. LeWayne says, I'm in and out editing the latest video, but still listening. Lori says, nice. Don't forget, we have to press this to the darker side. I love 2-color quilts. Brenda H says, oh, yeah, that would be fun. Robin says, Brenda, I was thinking blue and white. Brenda says, yes. Brenda, or yes, Robin, sorry. Pam says, trying to get sewing room put back together after 4-1 rainwater issue. Well, I'm glad you're getting yours put together. Mine's still not put together. Hi, Pat Strawhouse. I missed what you said. Alfonso says, you look so pretty in that red shirt. I would love to give you a... there it went. Brenda says, I'm in the panhandle of Texas, and it's 80 today. Yep, y'all are pretty warm compared to us, but we're definitely warming up. I just wish the sun would come out. These hazy, rainy days makes me want to just lay in bed and do nothing. And I'm not sure where Nikolai is right now. Last I talked to him, they were sailing north from they had to stop in Sissymoot and pick up some sailors that didn't get picked up by flying because of weather. So they just decided to just go ahead. They were sailing that way anyway, and they picked up the rest of their crew in Sissymoot. So I'll hear from him tomorrow. He delivered the quilt to the person who paid for the quilt that I finished making. And I got a phone call yesterday telling me that he really was surprised by what I sent and that he was very pleased with it and very happy about it. So that made me feel good after all the tribulation of trying to get it done. Oh, someone used bad words. Brenda H, for a 7-inch finished block, you will need a 6-inch square cut on the diagonal to make 4 triangles. Now let's get the other side on. I'm going to sneeze in a minute. I've been doing this since I got up, sneezing. Excuse me. Robin says we went from winter to summer, skip spring altogether. Yeah, that's USA weather for you. Hi, Candace. How you doing? What are you working on? Candace, are you working on anything? Thank you, Denise. Thank you, Luane. Y'all are probably going to be hearing a lot of that tonight. I've been doing it since I got up. I don't know if it's allergies or if I slept with the window open too long and now I have a cold. I don't know. I asked, or Nikolai turned the thermostat down in the house before he left, or turned the boiler down, that is, so that it wouldn't be so bloody hot in here. And sometimes, adjusting to that. So here's the next thought. See how quick that went together? Even with me jabbing along with my talking. Hey, Katie, how are you? Hi, all quilters. Hi, Pat. I'm fine. Just have the sneezes right now. Hello, Shelby. Hi, everyone. I'm lurking and just listening when I clean house, but wanted to say hi and show my support for Katie. Thank you so much, Shelby. So here's another finished block for this part of it. I'm going to go press it, and then we'll put the triangles on. All right. Now, let's get these triangles here. I'm going to go ahead and put creases in all 4 of them. Remember, don't stretch the bias when you're doing this if you choose to do this marking to line up your triangles on your square. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and crease one side of both sides of this part of it that I'll be doing first. And all I do is just line the 2 center seams up to give me that middle seam or middle mark that I can make. And then we line up the crease with the other crease on the block and pin it. And then as you've been seeing me do, I put 2 additional pins on this block so that I can keep my triangles straight. Let's turn it around, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the other one on the other side as well. Okay, pin it. And then 2 additional pins. When I trim it, there's hardly anything to trim off of here as well. I mean, it's a very small amount of trim. All you got to do is just make sure when you're trimming, you're not trimming off your 1/4 inch seam allowance. You don't want to do that because that would be a bad thing. Is the other side done? we got that side done. Now we'll open them up and finger press. And then I'll use my little handy dandy roller on it to help it along a little bit so we can get the seams as flat as possible. Uh-oh, look what I did. It's sewn I have the wrong side sewn. Look, can you see what I did? I sewed the wrong side on, so I have to take this off. Oops. Okay, what did I miss? Robert says, I've seen a quilt made with that pattern. I remember because it looks like Switzerland flag and Swiss gear logo, and Link liked it and wanted, uh-oh, I lost the pic. Oh, there we go. And I wanted to make one, going to have to for sure now. Yeah, it's really easy. But Wayne says, Katie, did you see the big reveal yesterday? I sure did. It came out beautifully. Glenda says, be right back. Internet is being crazy for 2 days now. Brenda says, yes, Robert, it does. Sylvia says, I signed up for the block of the month starting in October. I use this block to keep busy between blocks of the month. Oh, cool, Sylvia. Lori says, I am working on a UFO from the last 10 years, from at least 10 years ago. Wow. You'll be happy to get it together. Pat says, correction. I was looking at the wrong column on my chart. 6 inch cut one time on diagonal to make 2 triangles. Yep. Brenda, I'm finishing up Pressed Flowers and Designer Mystery 23. Pat says, Katie and Brenda, Kimberly Jolly has the side and corner triangle cheat sheet on the Qaqortoq. Okay, I'll have to look up those links. Brenda says, thank you, Pat. I love this block, but I want it bigger. If you go to the website, the link that I shared, I'll share it again. There is one for an 8.5 inch block. All right, let me get this off of here since I sewed it the wrong side. I've been thinking about the problem that we've been seeing in my live concerning when people ask questions, and because the channel moves so fast, I don't always answer your questions, and I really apologize for that. It's just that it's hard doing 3 things at once, especially when I'm still learning. But anyway, what I was going to say was maybe from here on out, when somebody has a question, if you could put a heart at the beginning of the question, the little heart, whatever those are called, and maybe by having something in front of the questions, I might be able to see it better. That way, people's questions are being answered instead of, because I really, honestly, I'm not deliberately ignoring anyone. I just don't see them when the chat is moving. And the other night, it was moving pretty darn fast. And then I was having difficulty going back trying to find where someone asked a question. So for those who asked the question the other night and I still didn't answer it, I am so sorry. I am trying to work on that though. Now I'm going to have to remake my center crease. Can y'all hear Nora whining? Let's turn this. Oops, I was about to make another mistake here. Okay, let's get it back aligned up on the center. And remember, try not to be pulling on that bias because you don't want to stretch that triangle and make it all wonky. And then I'm going to pin it back on, making sure I pin both sides so it doesn't get out of whack. and then I'll sew it back on. Okay. I'm so used to sewing batiks that I forget to pay attention to regular cotton with the back on this. And the back on this is almost so, it's almost as bright as the front. So sometimes when you're looking at it, you're like, wait, that doesn't look like the back, but it is the back. Okay, now let me get back to pressing these. All right, and then I'm going to hot press it, and then we'll sew the other 2 triangles on. Yeah, I better let her in before she brings the house down. Thank you, you wanted me. You know that? Thank you. No photo. This happy girl. Oops, we're about to knock something off. Come here. See this bundle of wigglies? Oh. This dog's tail never stops wagging, I don't think. It's always wagging every time. Every time she gets up, and when she goes to bed, it still wags in her sleep. Say hey to everybody. You say hey? Just say hey? Yeah, let me put you down before I accidentally drop you. Get your ball. Hang on a minute, I have to go close the bathroom. She's very inquisitive. No, nothing out in the bathroom. I know you. Get into mischief. Is that your middle name, Mischief? Nora Mischief. Here's what I did, Sylvia. Let me go to the page so I want everybody to listen on how to do the printing of this Raspberry Kisses. Okay? You're going to go to the website, and I'm going there too, and I'll tell you what I did. Where are you? Oh, there you go. What I did is I scrolled down to where the pattern started, and then in an empty space, I right-clicked, and you click on print. Then over to the right, it'll say print. It says there's 28 sheets. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm not printing that many of them. So I want it to print as I want to save it as a PDF. And then I'm going to scroll down until I see what the ending page is, which is going to be page. You can stop it at page 19. Yeah. And then what you can do to save paper is tell it to print it on both sides. But first you save it as a PDF, and you click save, and then it's going to make a PDF that saves in a file. Then you're going to open that PDF, then you can print it. But make sure that you, wait a minute. Hang on a second, you guys. I think I missed a step. You know, okay, so destination says save as PDF. Then there's pages. You're going to say custom. And then inside that little butt thing, you're going to put one hyphen 18, and that'll print the first 18 pages. Then you go down to your more set. Yeah. Okay. Then you press save. Then when you go to your printer, then that's when you tell your printer to print it front and back to save on paper. That's how I do it anyway, when they don't have a printable file for us to see. That's how I would do it. Uh-oh, something went off. And I know why it went off. I forgot to put the power cord on it. Uh-oh, hang on, you guys. See, technology just got in the way. Oh my goodness, I killed the battery fast. All right, hold on while I fix this problem. I'm just gonna get my other phone. Okay, now we're back. Does seeing this camera in the way bother you guys? I mean, do you like this angle or do you prefer the other angle that I usually do? I haven't heard any comments on that yet. Okay, you also can save it to your phone and print off at the library. I'll try that. I didn't know that, Robin. Hi, Sylvia. Robin says my library does that, and if you have problems, they will help you. Glenda says, that's what I did, Katie, but can't explain things well. That's okay, Glenda. Brenda says, that's great. Have lots of patterns on my phone. Sylvia says, I just stick to my handwritten notes. Yeah, because this is the thing you need to know. This is the biggest part of that pattern that really is self-explanatory. And Brenda says she screenshots some patterns. Okay, let me get myself reacquainted here now that I had to mess around. Because the camera on the other phone died. I forgot to plug the power source in. And it's a very old phone. It's I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 years old. All right, let me go press this real quick. I sewed the wrong side on both sides of it, you guys. This is very bad. So I have to redo this side also. Apparently, I need to pay better attention to what I'm doing. So earlier today, I participated in the Cotton Cuts reveal sew along of Carnival. How many of you in the channel have been participating in Carnival? And how many of you attended the Zoom today? Because I only saw a few. There were some people that was in the entrance room when I first come in, but I didn't see them because the chat got ended pretty different than usual. So and how many of you attended the reveal yesterday of them showing how the quilt looked? I have to say that some of them were exceptionally beautiful, the ones they showed. I was surprised at how well that Tula Pink one looked. All right, let me turn this, put a crease back in here, and we're going to turn it around because I had it on there wrong. All right. Hey there, Courtney. Courtney, right? Hello, I dropped in to say hi. I'm at my daughter's right now and picked up my phone and said you were live. Let's give Katie the thumbs up. Yes, please. Sylvia says I'm hand quilting a quilt where I was using white on white. There is a lot of them wrong sides up. I understand, Sylvia. Katie, I'm ready to come on. Okay, let me send you the link. Teresa's going to come on and sew with us. All right. Now, Teresa, I'm posting it in your messenger. I wish my phone, wait. Okay. Brenda says, I wish my phone was closer to the machine when I have my chat on. It's hard to see. Can you see this okay though? Is this better or was the other way better? I on my Luane says I'm on my third CCPMQ, but was in Ian's love, so no CC Zoom. Oh, was in Ian's live. Gotcha. Liana? Oh, yeah, sorry. Thank you, Chuck. My bad, Liana. Is it Liana or Leanna? Which way is better? Hey, Teresa. There you are. I can't hear you. No voice.
How about now?
Yes, gotcha.
All right. Hello, everyone.
Welcome, Teresa, everyone. So, Teresa, what have you been working on this week?
Let's see.
Nothing like being put on the hot spot, right?
Yeah. Let's see. I've been working on the pressed flowers a little bit, and then what else? Oh, last Sunday I did the festivals and fireworks with Kay. And what else have I been doing? I've been reading the driver's license book. That's what I've been doing.
Are you having to take a driver's test?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so, because I used to live in Oregon, I live in Idaho, and of course, I'm a procrastinator. I'm terrible. I wait till, 3 days before my license expires. And so we go in the town yesterday, and, I had read the book. I feel like I have everything I need to go take the test. And, well, the rules have changed and the new rules are not in the book. And I need to have my birth certificate, and it's got to be one from Vital Statistics, not from the hospital. And let's see, what else? My Social Security card. Then I have to have two utility bills that show that it's in my name and at this physical address. And I'm told the lady, I said, I do all my bills on online, nothing. I don't have any bills that really come to the house, normal monthly bills. So I don't know what I'm going to do. So my driver's license expires on Sunday, and she said, well, you'll have to have somebody drive you in. I'm like, well, duh. I realize that. So Brandon wasn't too happy because he went to town with me yesterday too. He was like, you know, he wasn't really mad at me. He was mad at the system, but I can understand they want to make sure you're a citizen. But I have a valid driver's license from Oregon, and Oregon makes you do that too. When you get your driver's license in Oregon, you have to present your, show your birth certificate and all that. And Oregon's done that for years. But
Yeah.
Idaho never did until last year, I guess. So even if you have a valid license from another state, you still have to prove all this stuff,
Yeah.
So
Um, your bank account, I'm sure you do online too, but your bank account shows your mailing address, right?
right, everything shows my PO box, not my physical address.
Oh, and you need a physical address.
Got to have the physical address. So I'm going to call the water department Monday here because they're local here in town, and I'm going to ask them if they would add my physical address to the bill and then reprint it for me so I can at least have that. And then
You can go to the bank and do the same thing. The
yeah,
banks can't do
or
it.
the power company. I can go to the power
Yeah.
company and make sure they have the same thing. So and you can't use a cell phone bill or a propane bill.
Why can't you use a propane bill?
Well, there's a lot of people in this area that have summer cabins, or maybe they have rentals. And so they want to make sure you are a resident of the state. Yeah. So if you're going to have the power, usually is in who's ever, if you're renting it or the owner. So I
Yeah.
guess they look at it that way. But I don't know why you couldn't have a propane bill.
Me
That
neither.
doesn't make any sense, I don't know. They do all kinds of crazy things now.
They're making it harder and harder for people to get identity.
Well, here's the other thing is I don't have a printer. So, you say, oh, Teresa, you can print this or print that. But no, Teresa can't because I don't have a printer. So, and no, we don't have a library where I can go print those things. So it's a pain in the, what for me. But the lady at the driver's license said, because I told her all those things, she said, you can email them to me. And
Oh,
she will print them off. And I said, wow, that would be great. So yeah, so that's one thing I can do is email her that information. Now here's the other thing. I got to call her Monday too um, because my birth certificate has my maiden name on it and not my, name now.
so that means you have to show her your marriage license also.
Yeah, but my marriage license doesn't have my maiden name on it either.
Oh, wow.
So does that mean I have to find my first divorce decree?
Probably because you know what? I had to produce my husband's death certificate when I got my passport because I had to have birth certificate, and because my birth certificate had my maiden name on it, that meant I was using my previous married name. So that meant I had to get my marriage license. And then when I told them my husband was deceased, they're like, well, we need the proof of that also. I went through a bunch of stuff to get my passport, but now it's not so hard.
Yeah. Yeah, if I wanted to get a passport or this other thing they call star card,
Mm-hmm.
you get a star on your driver's license. That means you can kind of use it like a passport, or you're good to go on the airports and this kind of thing. Um, which I doubt that I'm ever going to need that. So I'm not.
You never know, you might want to go to QuiltCon.
I'll drive. Anyway, hello everybody. I hope y'all are having a good Saturday and um yeah,
Oh, here,
all that good stuff.
oh, here's some interesting stuff. Um, in California, when Thomas was signing up for social services stuff, he had a Florida driver's license, and which was no big deal. He went through all the paperwork, did everything he was supposed to do, and him and his son qualified for help. Well, as everybody knows, my son moved from California to Georgia. So um, California cut off his Medicaid back in February, I think, as soon as they knew he had moved. And SNAP, he got to finish out whatever was left on his SNAP he got to use, but outside of that, once that was gone, there was no more. So they basically cut him off from both and told him he would have to get on to the Georgia Social Services Plan. Well, we had been talking to, there's I don't know her exact title per se, but she works at the school, and this is a Gold Star school that Blaze is going to. So they have extra people who do different specific kinds of jobs. And this particular lady, her name is Kelly, she handles what they call families in transit and other things that relate to childcare, getting children, busing, after school care, especially for children, especially for parents who can't afford to pay for that after school that happens.
Mm-hmm.
And so she handles that, and she had contacted a place called Pathways because my son suffers from an anxiety disorder along with the depression, and he has a learning disability that relates to how he comprehends what he reads. He can't comprehend or understand a lot of things when it comes to that kind of paperwork. It overpowers him and he can't handle it. So Kelly contacted this woman, her name is Lisa, and I met both of them and while I was in Georgia. And so one of the things that when you move to another state, each state is different. So with Georgia, in order for Thomas to even apply for social services, he had to get his ID changed to Georgia. So now keep in mind, my son's still living in a hotel. So he doesn't have an actual physical address that's his. But Georgia has come up with a way to handle helping families who are, because right now he's labeled homeless. And so he was able to use Pathways physical address to go get his driver's license. They paid for that, believe it or not. I was shocked. And so now he has a Georgia driver's license. And now he's finally getting all the other parts that he has to sign up for done. And Lisa has been doing one-on-one meetings with him to help walk him through each step. Because because I'm over here now, I can't even look at Georgia Gov stuff. It blocks me as soon as I try to log on. As versus if when I was in the US, I could help with it. But now that I'm over here, Georgia has a block on it that California didn't. So he's had to jump through tons of things. But you guys, I have a little piece of news. He got hired by Walmart. I'm not sure when his start date is, but he doesn't know his hours yet. So we still have a big obstacle to clear, and that's finding childcare for Blaze, because Blaze is going, more than likely, Thomas is going to have to work at night. Because they're hiring him as a stalker, which is what he wanted. That's what he likes doing. He don't want nothing to do with cashiering, and because it's too stressful for him mainly. And so now we have this problem of how are we going to get childcare for Blaze since Thomas is a single parent. So y'all kind of like send good thoughts that way, and maybe something will present itself that'll help us with that.
Yeah. Yeah, they make you go through a lot of stuff. Pam, I can't use the car or house insurance because um, just because I own the house doesn't mean I live in the house and that I'm, you know, a resident of Idaho. So same thing with the car insurance because the car insurance and house insurance actually has the physical address on it. So yeah, that would be really convenient.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
would.
And I do have my birth certificate and I do have my marriage license. And I do actually think I have my divorce papers that I'm not 100% sure. I think I do have them. I have to find them. That's going to be the trick.
Yep.
Because I'll bet that they're gonna want that so they can see the name, progression or whatever. Anyway,
So you can see the chat okay?
me? Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see it.
Okay, cool. So I don't have to
I'll have
read
my
that.
laptop up. Um, Sylvia says, living in Alaska, to get on a plane, you're required to have a real ID or passport. Right. That's what the lady said. That's what they call a star card. You get a star on your driver's license, and then you can get on an airplane.
That's interesting.
Because I guess you can't get on an airplane now unless you have that and have or a passport. So that's something new I didn't know. But
Yeah, the United States just passed that, or the government did just pass that law last year, and it was supposed to start sometime this year, but I didn't know when.
yeah,
I don't really
well,
have to.
since I'm doing all this other stuff anyway, there's only a couple of other more documents that you need in order to get a star card. So maybe I'll just go ahead and do it. You
Might as
know,
well and get it over with.
yeah, and
But you
not
never
that I'm.
know, you might want to fly.
Yeah, I doubt it, but you never know. I do want to go to QuiltCon next year down in Phoenix, but I was just thinking we would drive down there, Brandon and I and the dogs and just
Oh,
make it
that's
like a
not too.
trip.
How many hours is it from where you are to there?
Well, I think it'd probably be about 16 hours thereabouts.
Really?
Yeah, it's a long ways.
Wow.
So you're probably be about 4 days because, we're
Might be
old.
more.
We can't drive that long. We'd have to pull over.
You might could do a train and then rent a car
Oh, yeah.
because a
Yeah.
train ride's cheap. Less hard on you for one thing.
Yeah. Can you take your
It's not
dogs
that.
on the train?
Yep, you can, and it's not that pricey. I mean, it's not as pricey as
I
flying.
don't even know where we could get on a train at from here.
You don't have one there?
I live up in the mountains where there's about 100 people in my town.
Oh, you
And
live in a tiny place.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Oh,
mean,
I get it.
we don't
Well,
even have a gas station anymore because they closed up their business, so no gas station.
are you going to a bigger city that actually has a train?
Yeah, and I think I'd have to go to Boise, Idaho, which is a 6-hour drive anyway. So I mean, if I'm going to drive
You're
that
gonna have
far, I
to,
might as well keep
yeah,
going.
yeah, might as well if you're gonna drive. I agree with you on that part. Hey, I'm sorry
Right?
about missing your question the other night. I didn't see it.
That's okay. That
Terrible.
that's no big deal.
Okay, let me see if I missed anything. Could you use
All right,
my birth
I'm going
certificate?
to grab some stuff to sew.
Living in Alaska to get on a plane. Okay, that was done. Florida does that. See, used to be in Florida, used to be driver's license was enough for an ID. But then they, people who don't drive didn't have any ID. So they decided, well, you can get You can either do one or the other or both. And at one point, I had both. But then they passed the law saying you cannot have both. So it went back to being either a driver's license or a Florida state ID.
Oh, geez.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
I mean, they make it hard for U.S. citizens to do anything.
I know. I'm like, I've lived here all my life. What do you mean? I'm not, you don't know that I'm a citizen. But they got to be careful nowadays, you know. Luane says effective May 7th, 2025, travelers must have a real ID. Okay. To pass through TSA.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, I think I'm going because the other documents that they're requiring are pretty easy. It's like I could use my insurance and you know uh, other things that are pretty easier to get a hold of. But
Yeah. Looks like I forgot to press something.
I told the lady, I said, Idaho's the first place I ever got my driver's license. I said, can't you go look? You know,
What
no,
you say to that?
no, it doesn't work that way. I said, I was 17 and I lived in Emmett. Yeah, once I do when you get your driver's license, and Oregon does the same thing. Oregon and Idaho, I don't know about other states, but once you prove all your stuff for your driver's license, then you can register to vote at that same time. Okay. So you don't have to go register somewhere else or any of that kind of thing, which in Oregon, when I lived there, that was kind of handy, you know, when you go get your driver's license update and all that, they say, do you want to register to vote? Yep, let's do it, you know. So sister chick is in Emmett, Idaho, which is yeah, I've talked to Di about that before. I used to live in Emmett, Idaho, and that's where she lives. And but I think she moved there after I moved away, so I don't ever remember her being there, but let's see, how's it look? Is that a green one?
Yep.
Yeah. So are you doing like a rainbow of colors?
Yeah. See this that quarter bundle was done in rainbows of colors. So I'm just following the colorway, and I just kicked out the browns and grays out of it.
Okay.
So it's going to be and I'm doing two of each color. It's listen, you guys. This block does not hardly take fabric either. So I think there's 32 fat quarters I'm using. I'm cutting one and a half inch strip off of it, and it'll make two blocks. And you still have a couple of the 1.5 by 1.5 left over of the color. That is how easy and simple it is.
Cool.
And then it's just that, oh no, not again. Really? This background's teasing me. I just sewed it on backwards again on a different
no.
Man, I better be paying better attention. Or me and this seam ripper is going to be having lots of fun today.
Yeah, Jody, I thought I probably could get the divorce papers online.
Yeah, you should be able to go to public records for
But
that, right?
I'm pretty sure I have them, but I'll look. I hope I do. The last time I saw them, they were in a black zip case with a bunch of papers in there. You know, important papers, don't lose, that kind of thing. But if I don't, then I don't know. Okay, so I got the divorce in Emmett also. Wonder if I could just call the Emmett courthouse and find out what to do, I guess, if I don't have them.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you'll be able to find them.
Yeah.
I don't really understand why in the world, well, yeah, I do. They don't make anything easy these days.
You? So it's just really important, I guess, to make sure you always have all that kind of stuff on hand, you know?
This is why Nikolai didn't move to the United States because it's too bureaucratic, I guess. You have to fork out a ton of money to even become a U.S. citizen. You fork zero money out to be a citizen of Greenland or Denmark.
Um, Brenda, I will have to go watch her retreat thing because I don't know where that town is.
Oh, is that the
Alder,
one where they're having a retreat in some old warehouses or something?
sister chicks.
Yeah, that because I watched their live yesterday for the first time. I didn't even know who they were. Somebody knew me because I heard a voice behind her because she made a comment. Ah, somebody from South Greenland is watching me. And someone says that would be Katy of Greenland Quilter. So I don't know who said that, but somebody knew who I was. It was hilarious.
Luane, yes, in Oregon and Idaho, both ask you if you want to be a donor. And so you'll have a stamp on your driver's license that says you're a donor. Those are the only two states I know about. So Luane, he doesn't drive. I can't imagine that, not
Nick,
driving.
yeah, Nikolai doesn't drive either. I think he should get his license because, I am going to be old and gray one day.
Jody says, she's talking to me. You sound like me when I was looking for her, when she was looking for her stuff. I can see them, you can picture where they were, but you still can't find them, 25 years ago, they were in a black case.
Yeah, baby. Let me see if I sewed it to the right. Ah, it's right this time.
Brenda says the retreat, I'm guessing, is what she's talking about, was in an old college.
Yeah, I knew it was something like that. Some places no longer use that. All right, let me run my little wheelie over it one more time.
So I'm sewing triangles onto the pressed flower blocks. So I'm kind of doing what you're doing. You're putting triangles on the sides of your block. That's what
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing. That's what I'm
Yeah,
doing too.
gotta love those half square or half triangles.
Yeah, all that bias.
Yeah, they're so much fun.
Yeah, lots of starch. That's what I do. I use lots of starch on those.
Yeah, none of my stuff is starch. Can't get starch number one and number two. I don't know that I can spray it since I have bad lungs?
That I use Stay Flow. It's a liquid, and you put it in a spray bottle yourself.
Yeah.
You know, a spritzer bottle, and it doesn't smell too bad. It kind of has like a fresh scent smell, I think. And
The problem is it just puts droplets in the air that you inhale.
mm,
And I don't know that I want more stuff in my lungs when I have. 'Cause
well, you could. Do you have a clothesline?
yeah, outside.
Yeah, hang your fabric up on your clothesline and spray it out there.
Okay, that might work.
Yeah.
I don't want to do anything to cause more of a reduction of lung capacity because right now I'm at 63%, and that's not good.
No, that's not
I'm
good.
on the border. I'm on the borderline of what they can, and they've already labeled it. They're calling it COPD now with asthma, and I really didn't want that label, but now I have it. I knew it was coming. I just didn't think it was going to come this early. But my 3 recent bouts of pneumonia is what's caused it. Every time I get pneumonia, it damages them further.
Oh yeah, that's
And I'm
what
afraid,
happened to my mom.
yeah, and I'm afraid that's what's going to be the death of me. Because I have fought all of my life to breathe. I don't know what it feels like to breathe unobstructed air. I was always jealous of all these people who could run around the track and not hardly breathe hard, you know?
Danielle says hello.
Hi, Danielle. I'm cutting half the triangle.
Luane says he doesn't drive because he his eyesight, and the left eye in particular, he can't really see out of it. So he can't pass the eye test. Oh,
Wait
I'm
a minute.
sorry, Luane.
Wait a minute. Is both eyes bad or just the one?
He says it's left eye.
See, my mother was blind in her left eye and she had a driver's license and she drove all the time. So I don't really understand why they would penalize you for that.
Huh.
My mom lost her eyesight in her left eye because her brother was chopping wood and accidentally hit her in the head with an axe. And she was very
Jody,
young.
Jody says they are having so much fun at the retreat. She wishes she was there.
It looked like they were having a good time.
Yeah, yeah. I saw a little bit of it, but um,
I
I
had
didn't
never watched
realize
the
that
Hamilton
they
that
weren't in
night.
the film. Huh?
I had never watched. I didn't even know who she was. So I had never watched any of her videos, and I
Oh,
had stumbled onto the live because I was looking for a live to watch because there was no lives at the time, and then I stumbled on her, and I'm like, who is this?
oh yeah. She did the quilt miss with us a couple of years ago.
Oh, did she?
Yeah,
I want to get her on my
that
channel.
that's how I met her.
Isn't this the last part of your the one you're doing now?
Yes, the press flower.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. This is the finishing it up part.
it's so cute.
So,
I wish I had this
um,
stuff in my so sampler box. Just
oh,
so I could.
I just got the box today or the yesterday. Here's the press, one of the blocks.
That's gorgeous.
I think this one was the rose block.
Let's see, who did I
Yeah.
miss?
Did you see the new sew along they're doing for the sew
No, I haven't
sample?
seen it. I saw that they were talking about it, but I didn't know what the block looked like.
I'll show you. It looks like it's going to be all a basket, the
Uh-huh.
basket, the basket block, and then inside of the basket is going to be a different block. You know what I mean?
Cool.
So it's all a basket, but then inside will be a different block. So that'll be interesting. I really like this month's sew sampler box too, by the way. I was going to show it tomorrow on the channel, but I'll show you what the block looks like. See if I can get a good picture. Oh, I think I have a sticker in here somewhere. Okay, so the first block is going to look like that.
That's awesome. I like that.
But this is a sticker. Yeah. Oh, no, that's not what it's going to look like. It's going to have a, oh, is it a shoe fly block? Hold on a second. Let me see if I can. Okay, there. Can you see that?
Hey, that's nice. Wow.
So you see how it has part of a block in it
Yeah, it
right
looks
here?
like a trim dash on one side.
Yeah, turn dash. Yeah.
That's
Yep.
really cool.
Yeah. So that's the new one. It has a lot of parts to it.
It looks like it. Lots of moving parts.
And I really love the pattern that they sent this month. It's so cute. And I'm thinking about just doing one part of this, Katie. Look at this.
Oh, that is adorable. You could do
You
like a
see, it's a
wallpaper.
flower coming out of a thread.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
adorable. You
And I
can make
was
it a
thinking
wall
about,
hanger.
yeah, I was thinking about just doing one as a wall hanging.
Nora, come. Hang on a minute. Nora,
So
you go back in
really,
there again. You're going to get kicked out of here. You hear me? Get your ball.
really cute boxes. So you guys be sure
Very
and come
cute.
over to my channel tomorrow and watch me open the rest of that box.
Yep. What time is your live tomorrow?
2 o'clock.
Let me post the link.
2 o'clock.
Or not. What's it doing?
Danielle says she completed 2 charity quilt tops today. Wow. Now she's taking a break and making 3 bowl cozies. Brenda did the red flowers too. Awesome, awesome. She also's got the pattern. Hey, so Terry, how are you doing? I don't think I said hello to you earlier. Hey, Glinda. Yeah, I'm going to remember the quilt I was doing that I called Friendship?
Yeah.
I'm gonna that's gonna be a donation quilt.
Okay.
Yeah. Not sure who I'm gonna donate it to yet, but
Maybe somebody local to you. I don't know if there's any uh such things as this kind of thing over here.
so Terry says I have 2 tops done and I didn't know where to send them, so they are going to RMH now that I know they will accept them. RMH, Ronald McDonald House. Is that what that is?
I don't know. I don't know why I thought the Ronald McDonald House was just a Shan's teaching hospital thing. You know they were in other states. What?
I was thinking about maybe the assisted living home or nursing
Yeah,
care type thing.
that would be good.
Yeah. Cold
Yeah,
and cloudy here, rainy.
it's been raining here for 3 days too. But the snow's all gone now, just about, except for little patches of it sitting on the side of the mountains.
Yeah, that's what we have too. Still
And
have
the lake,
snow up higher.
yeah, and the lake looks like it's going to be thawed out pretty quick soon.
Oh yeah. Your ice chunks are going to be gone.
Yeah, there's lots of big dark spots on it, so that means that ice is really thin. And I thought I saw some water, loose water, over on the more shallow end of the lake, but it could be.
Yeah.
I didn't go and investigate. I never do. But now, if I wanted to take the dogs out on the lake, I can't because they would fall in the ice.
What's the temperature there?
Yesterday it was 45 degrees, but today it is 35 degrees.
Okay, you're a little bit colder than me.
Yep.
We're about almost 50, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yesterday we were getting a wind from the south, so when you walked out the door, you could feel the heat coming from the south. I was like, this is why everything's melting between the rain. But today the weather forecast says it could be either rain or snow, and I've seen it doing that on and off for the last 2 weeks, where it started out raining, then there was snow, then there was rain. So they were just, what do you want? You are being rude. You hear? I
Yeah.
don't know what you think you want. I'm sorry, but Daddy is gone.
Hey, lady, you hush up.
Quit being a loud girl. I'm gonna put you back with your brother. She was whining earlier and everybody could hear her, so I let her out. Now she's making a ruckus about, maybe she wants Coda in here. I don't know. Or she wants me to feed her one.
I was started to get that next collage quilt ready to
Uh
go. It's one of the dog,
huh.
and it's a lot bigger than I thought it was. It's humongous.
Did you finish the horses?
Yeah. Well, I still need to quilt them, but all the other stuff to them is done.
Last time I saw the one that was really colorful, but then you were doing a tone down one, I think.
Oh, the blue one. I don't think you've seen the purple one, right?
Right, but I hadn't seen the other one.
Okay, I'll show you the blue one.
Okay. Can y'all hear her attacking a ball? She's growling at the ball.
I'll just show you both of them.
Yeah, show them both. Here, let me pin you.
They're kind of wrinkly because I haven't rolled up, but here's the purple one.
One is so beautiful. I want that one. So gorgeous.
You call dibs on it, do you?
Yes, I do, because it's beautiful. And since I'm a horse person,
And then here's the blue one.
wow, that one is just as gorgeous. Dang, you are really gifted at that.
I love doing these. They're so much fun.
Beautiful.
So just got to get them quilted up. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
I haven't started the horse for one reason or another. It does intimidate me, but I have it and will put my boots on it one day and start it.
Yeah, I didn't realize. So this dog one is going to be like, you know,
What kind of
probably going
dog?
to be. It looks like a lab. She did it like a yellow lab, but I'm going to do a chocolate lab.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I got to grab my iron. I'll be right back.
I'm about to get on me a little dog.
I noticed that she teaches a class on how to prep your own photo.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Her name is Laura Heine, I think.
Uh-huh.
Where is the lab pattern from? Okay, hold on, Terry. Um, Teresa McBriar sent it to me. I showed it in a video the other day. Um, so it's called Best Friend. And let me take it out of the package so it's not shiny. Hi, Frank. How you doing?
Hello, Frank. How's the weather in Florida?
So there's the dog one.
Cool.
So you see, it looks like a lab, right?
Yep.
So I'm just going to make it a brown chocolate lab.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah. And it's a Laura Heine, Heine pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Um, fiberworks-heine.com. I'm not sure where Teresa McBriar purchased it at, but anyway, let me see. I wanted to see how big it was.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Oh,
Bless you.
thank you.
Let's have a sheet that says what you need. Okay, here we go. So the size is 45 by 48.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's pretty big.
So that's what, 4 foot by 4 foot?
Yeah, I'll show you the paper. Look at this paper.
Wow.
The dog is printed on this paper here.
She must have a big printer.
Huh?
She must have one big printer.
Right? Yeah.
I've seen those printers. As a landscape designer, when you design a landscape design on paper, you can take it and have it scanned onto or scanned and print it on this really big printing machine. It's really cool.
Yeah, or maybe she has like you can get survey companies and stuff like that have these big printers.
Yep. I'm pretty sure that Office Max has one too.
Oh yeah? Oh
I
wow.
think so.
So
I know that Staples does because I took, when you buy that New York Beauty, you get folded paper and it's really big sheets of paper, and they can print those out too.
Okay, Terry said she just found it at allbrands.com. Oh, cool.
Oh, okay. Does anyone want to ask any questions about the raspberry block? Because this week we're just building the blocks. Next week, it depends on where I'm at. I'll either be finishing up this part of it, or I might be ready to start sewing them together. I just haven't decided on the layout yet exactly.
Katie?
Yeah.
You can take me off the big screen now if you want
Oh,
to.
sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, there we go.
There we go.
Oh, I think it'll look cute though when I get it all sewn together.
Oh, yeah. If I didn't have so many projects going on right now, I would jump right in on that.
What are you doing in your channel as a sew along for people if they want to participate?
Well, I've been doing this one. I haven't started anything new. Let me just say that.
Okay.
We need to finish the friendship blocks. That's a free pattern by me. But you got to watch the video to get the pattern.
Yeah.
Because I pulled a Tiffany, you know. The video is the pattern.
You gotta watch it. Well, I saw this one at QuiltCon in the wooden spoons booth, and I was standing there looking at it, and I was taking a picture of it, and she walked up the booth. I don't know if it was the owner of the shop or who she was. She says, "Looks like you're really interested in this." I said, "This would make a great sew along for my channel." She asked me about the channel, and I told her. She says, "Well, you can go over to my website." And she gave me the information, and you can download the tutorial, and you can use it as a sew along for your channel. And I was like, "Oh, that's awesome."
Yeah. Well, I did the pressed flowers because there was a couple of other people that get the box and they wanted me to do it. They wanted to do it with me, you know. So that's why I've been doing the pressed flowers. But
Joy
not
T,
everybody. Huh?
Joy T says, "Teresa, the back of your chair is adorable. Did you make that?"
I didn't. It's another one of those things I got in the swap. The same lady who made the bees up here on the wall, she made the pillow. It's actually a pillow, but I like it on the back of my chair.
That's beautiful.
Isn't that pretty?
Mm-hmm. Oh, and you re-upped it to something different.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Shannon Rhodes is the one that made it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I like it on the back of my chair.
So we are about to hit the second hour, I think.
Robin, I'm not sure what you're asking, hon. Did you the pattern or buy the pattern? If you're talking about the dog, Teresa McBriar sent that to me. Hi, Deb.
Hello,
Are you
Deb.
are you ready to go, Katie?
Mm, I'm gonna try to not go 3 hours like I usually do. I would like to work on being more proactive about not having such long ones. So I was thinking when we hit the 9 o'clock hour, we should probably, unless you want to sew longer.
Well, I'm in the sewing room. I'm going to be up here for probably another hour or so. So
Okay, how many? Then let's
whatever you
ask.
want to do.
Okay, how many of you in the chat would stay longer if we went another little while? Because we're about to hit the second hour. How many want to stay and watch? Give us a heart to let us know if you want us to stay on the live or you want to stop.
Robin, the pattern for the house is Tony Whitney for the horse. Let me grab it, the pattern for you real quick.
Give me a heart if you want to stay longer.
If you don't want to stay on, Katie,
No, I don't mind because I want to work on this, but I just was going sometimes I feel like I stay on too long and it doesn't help my channel.
yeah. It's the horse is called Summer Breeze. It's 25 by 27. It's a design by Tony Whitney, and I got it off of Amazon called Summer Breeze. And I think when I bought it, it was like around $17 or something like that.
That's an excellent name. It goes with a summer breeze. Have you ever heard that song, Summer Breeze Makes You Feel Fine song?
Oh, yeah. Sometimes you can find these in a quilt store that sells batiks, because they will kit it up for you with the recommended colors. Comes with a color swatch.
Looks
Of
like
course,
there's hearts in the chat for us to stay.
okay. Of course, I picked all my own colors. Now, you know, the thing about doing that is you want to make sure you have lights, medium, and dark.
Yep.
Mhm.
So,
There you go.
since you like using creams and browns and stuff with boutiques, I have a whole tote full of those. Maybe you and I should go on a Zoom and let you go through and see if there's any of them you want. Because I don't know what to do with them.
Cream colored batiks.
There's brown, creams,
Oh,
tan, in that realm of that color.
aren't you going to do any art quilts?
I don't know. One day, not right now.
Because
I don't
yeah,
know how to do an art quilt. I don't even know how to do what you were doing.
well, what those are just basically applique.
I know, but I don't know how to applique.
Okay. That's they call it raw edge applique. So
I sure would like to do one though.
start with an easy one.
Okay. I guess Nora gave up on trying to be annoying. Now she's laying on the floor trying to go to sleep.
You have lots of hearts.
Yep, looks like they all want us to keep on going. Okay, you guys, we'll go a little bit longer. I didn't have my live on Thursday because the person that was going to sew with, I was going to do sewing and an interview with, her daughter had to have surgery, so she had to postpone it.
Oh no.
So it got moved to a date in May. I am sitting over here sweating. Too long in this house. because it's too warm in this house. And I can't open the back door or a window at the back because it's still it's cold enough that it might injure my plants.
Oh,
So no opening of that side of the house. I'm like, that's why I want to like hurry up, spring, get here.
you have a fan or something you can put on?
No, but I'm gonna go buy one Tuesday. The one I had in here died. It didn't even last a year. I don't know what the deal was.
Huh.
It was one of those plug-in USB fans,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it worked less than a year. And I went to plug it in the bedroom to use it, and it wouldn't come on. So I don't know what's wrong with it. Somebody's being grumpy under the table.
Oh, is she under the table?
She's under my sewing desk, yes, and she's just here.
Yeah, I hear her. Have you fed her yet?
No, it's probably what she's griping about.
Yeah.
If you will talk to everybody, I'll go feed them real quick. Really?
That's what she wants. Are you hungry? Do you want din din?
She might know that word. I didn't even realize it, but she might know what that is. All right, already, little Chris butt. All right, I'll be right back. Will you hold down the house?
Yeah.
Y'all, I'm gonna go feed this dog before she starts making a lot of ruckus.
Yeah. Willa knows those
See?
words. She knows it's time for breakfast. She knows it's time for dinner. She knows, are you hungry? She knows, you want a cookie? She knows, want to go for a walk? And she knows going to the store in the post office. She knows those words too. She gets pretty excited when I say, well, I'm going to the store and I'm going to the post office. She just looked over at me and went, no, you're not. You're sewing.
I'm fixing your food.
Hi, Irene. Hi, Joanna. How's it going? Hi, Sheila. Just woke up from a nap. I had a nap too, but somebody woke me up. And the name starts with a B. Oh, listen to her. Mama's getting it, baby. Yep. She's hungry. She wants a din din.
This is everyday life.
Will is looking over going, what is that? You're welcome, Robin.
Tell they're in love with food.
Yeah, baby's got to eat, Mama.
You know the drill. You gotta go sit down if you want to eat. Go. Sit.
Hey, Terry, how's it going? Oh, you do? Terry has a friend in Oregon. You do? What's their name? Just the first name. You don't have to put their last name. I don't know everybody, but I might know them.
Sorry about that. My lights kind of get in between dinner hour.
That's okay. came up with a blanket statement here with Siberia. We just say something. Oh, that's
Yeah, these two dogs are not dumb, especially her. She watches what you do, like when you open a gate. We put a gate up between our foyer and the rest of the house. So at nighttime they can sleep in the foyer instead of wandering around, because she's very inquisitive. And I was in the bathroom this morning and I just closed the gate. I didn't fasten it, lock it.
yeah.
And you can hear her in there pushing on it with her nose, trying to figure out how to lift it up so that it would open, because you could see me picking the gate up to open it because it's got this little pickup thing on it. So she watches what you do.
Right. Yeah, dogs are pretty smart.
See, I'm worried she's going to come in here and munch on my plants and eat one of them that's poisonous and die, So that's why I keep them locked out when I'm not in here.
Yeah, you
She
want to.
tries to taste everything. It's the funniest thing with her.
Okay, that block's done.
Awesome.
Well, I just have to trim it up. So I guess it's not done, but
You already ate all of that, Coda?
that's what she
Wow.
said, Mom.
Go on, Coda. I feed them separate because I don't want them arguing over food. Because he's got big teeth in his mouth.
Linda has 3 pit bulls and never had a problem with any of them. Yeah, it really depends on how dogs are raised, really.
Yeah. Now, if I'm standing there and I feed them side by side, they're fine. But if she gets through with her food early, it's usually him that finishes first. And he goes to stick his nose in her plate, she lets him know about it. But I'm worried that if she was to stick her nose in his plate, he might take a crunch, and that would not be cool.
No, that wouldn't.
Because he's
That
way
wouldn't
bigger than her. He's an 85-pound German Shepherd, and she weighs 23 pounds. I have been, what's the word? I have been really, really been on top of Nora's food intake, because I started lowering it because she was getting too fat, and it's bad for dachshunds to be that heavy. And I finally got her to looks like around the size she was when I brought her home. But she acts like she's just dying when it comes to food time.
Yeah.
But she would eat herself into oblivion. Coda, on the other hand, he's not so food oriented like she is. All she thinks about is eating.
When I was single and I had 2 dogs, or well, let me just say, before Brandon, whenever with my dogs, I always left the food out, you know. They could munch anytime they wanted. There wasn't a dinner time. Never, and it was just one bowl, and I had lots of dogs, and they never fought over it. They all took turns, which is just amazing. But I guess Brandon was just used to having a, dinner time or breakfast time. So
Yeah. Well, I feed mine raw, so they don't get kibble. My German Shepherd's allergic to all kibble. So instead of having one off kibble and one on kibble and risking him getting a small bite of one, I just put them both on raw.
yeah.
And so you have to watch it with meat, because the reason she starts talking is because she knows that when I take something out of the refrigerator, it's meat, and she can smell it.
Yeah. My girls get red meat in their food. A little bit of kibble and mostly raw hamburger, ground meat.
Yeah, I give them ground beef, ground pork. Sometimes I get cubed pork to them. Feed them salmon fret, from out of the freezer. I just cut a chunk off big enough for him and one small enough for her, and it has everything on it, the bones, the skin, all of it. And chicken I give to them with the bones in. Sometimes I feed them duck. Sometimes we feed them reindeer. If I have my hands on some reindeer. Nikolai gave him whale meat the other day when he was making whale soup for himself. So they had a little bit of that. So I try to keep it bare, and they always get eggs every day. And I don't crack hers because she cracks her own. But Coda won't eat the shell, which is strange. But she'll eat them. It's kind of satisfying listening to her crunch on an egg. Because you can hear that crunch, crunch, crunch of the shell. Yeah. I know, you guys, I'm weird. It's that same noise it makes when they crunch bone. Frank says, I lost my Gus in 22, red nose, 75 pounds at 10 years. Sorry, Frank. We are already in discussion, me and Nikolai, about Coda.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, we're probably going to make a tough decision this summer. But I need another puppy, and I don't see how I'm going to find one soon enough. Let me press these. I'll be right back.
Okay. I'll be here. All right, where'd that ruler go? I think I'm going to have to change my blade on the rotary cutter. I can't remember what I was trimming up the other day, but I ran into a staple.
Uh-oh.
So, yeah, I was like, what in the heck is that staple doing there? And now it's all
definitely ruin it.
Now it's all wavy when I cut.
I think I have a bent blade in one of mine. I have too many rotary cutters. You know how I showed everybody how many pairs of scissors I had?
Yeah.
Want to see how many rotary cutters I have?
Really? I only have 2 rotary cutters.
It's embarrassing, actually. And a lot of them came inside sew sampler boxes and stuff. Hang on, I'm going to show you all of my rotary cutters. Some came in sew sampler boxes. Some were bought when I first started out trying different. And I'm pretty sure I have some that I haven't even opened. But I don't know where. I think I put them away somewhere else. I'm like, we're not opening anymore when I have so many already.
Right.
Counting the one in the kitchen. There's one in the kitchen that I'm using on a cutting table. These are all of my rotary cutters.
Oh my word. This is the one.
Is insane or what?
This is how many I have upstairs.
Just one? Yeah.
Yep.
But like this, I'm sure this came in a wait. No. No, it did. This came in a sew sampler box.
Yeah. Quite a few years ago.
This came in a sew sampler box. This one came in a sew sampler box. Because I was subscribing, I think, 4 years. This one I bought, and I broke this one, the plastic part, the handle part is messed up.
I'll
This
go
one,
throw it
I don't
away.
know where I got this one from. And this one was a special that this is when I only had two, I think. Qaqortoq was running a special on this particular rotary blade and was like half the price. So I bought one. But I do have another one around here. It's a pink one that I bought from actually I have two of these red ones. Look, see?
Oh yeah.
I bought one.
I have two, and one's downstairs, one's upstairs. That's
Yeah,
it.
it's like I don't need any more rotary cutters. I just need blades.
I do have a lot of scissors though.
I have a ton of scissors too. And a lot of those scissors also came in the Sew Sampler box.
Yeah.
And in well, there was one I was getting. I can't remember the name of the company because they stopped their company, but yeah. And when you're going through your drawer, I'm like, wow, Nikolai's like, how did you get so many of these? I don't know. I said, I don't go out of my way to buy them.
I have some really old ones. They were Brandon's mom.
Uh-huh.
And, I got all of her sewing stuff when she passed away. And I mean, let me show you. Most of all of these are her scissors.
Wow. She's got some big ones.
Yeah. I mean, look at those. But these are Taylor scissors. She used to make her own clothes.
Wow.
And okay, look at these old scissors.
Yep, them are pretty old. Does it show names on them?
Yeah, this one is actually like for scissors for the kitchen because it has a like a bottle opener thing here, and then a twist top thing right there. And
I bet some of these scissors might be worth something.
yeah, it says Taiwan.
Well, maybe
But they
that
are,
might.
just because they're from Taiwan doesn't mean they're bad, you know.
That's right.
And there's a lot of these pinking shears.
Yeah.
There's like 3 or 4 pairs of pinking shears in here. These are kind of neat. These are really cool. These are like,
Wow.
how long they are, and then the handle, this part's really short.
Yep. What company is that one?
Oh boy. I don't know. I can't see the name on it.
It's probably worn off.
Well, it's there. Hold on. Let me get my reading glasses.
And I'm gonna go put Coda in with Nora before she starts having a fit. Go. Come on, let's go.
Now, my Lori Holt readers.
Go.
I still can't see it.
It's worn off.
Yeah, I can see that it was California.
Oh, interesting.
Venice, maybe?
I'm gonna try looking that up.
Huh. But
hey, Michelle. She said
none
hi.
of these. Hi, Michelle. None of these scissors in this thing do I use them. I don't use any of them, you know.
I wonder what happened to my mother's scissors. I bet my brother has them. Or he threw them out one, not knowing that they. But she had a couple of dressmaker shears that was really nice ones, and we were not allowed to touch them. I don't know
Now
what
what are you barking about?
probably wants back in here. Let me go get her. Dang it. They're needy because they're missing their dad.
Michelle said, Teresa Louise wins for scissors. I don't know. Katie has a lot of scissors.
Yep, I do have a lot.
And you know who has a lot of scissors? Pat
Who?
Sloan. Pat Sloan. She, oh my word. I bet she has at least 150 pairs of scissors.
Then she's got me licked by a long shot.
Yeah.
This is the other container with more scissors in it.
Yeah. The scissors that I use are out and about, you know.
Yeah, I have some that are out and about the house that doesn't get used for sewing. I have a pair of scissors in the kitchen that I cut meat and stuff with. And there's a pair of scissors sitting over on the table that I was using to cut paper with. My 92-year-old mother-in-law had that many scissors, if not more.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because her name was Lee. And I mean she made all her own clothes and she was a quilter too. But the pair of scissors that were hers that I do love are these great big ones.
Yeah.
And I use these to cut batting.
Oh, nice. That makes
And
sense.
they're super sharp.
Yeah, that would be a reason to have a big pair. So Frank says, I'm not the only one with a box of scissors. No, he says, I'm glad I'm not the only one. No, you're not the only one.
These were made in Japan.
Those means they're probably good ones. Because anything like that comes from Japan is usually pretty good.
Why do we keep them all, says Frank. I don't know.
No, because I have them and, throwing them away is not an option.
Yeah.
I don't know. They might find their way into somebody else's house. Who knows?
Right.
Right now, it doesn't rank on the things for me to get rid of.
I have thought about taking some of them down to the antique store and,
Yeah, I would go and have them looked at.
well, just giving them to a new home where they would be used or appreciated or whatever, because they're just going to sit in this drawer and never get used.
Got to cut some more half triangles.
Or I just don't worry about it and let the next guy worry about it. Whoever has to clean out my sewing room, they can worry about it.
Yeah. So far, I've used 2.
I took my little Singer sewing machine downstairs. I'm going to use it down there when I sew down there. So
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know if Terry's still out there, but I'm so Terry. So maybe I will use it more often.
I just want one to set on a shelf and collect dust.
Right.
It's pretty. So far, I haven't come across one over here on the site, but I haven't had a chance to really go mill around Copenhagen's antique shops to see if I see some. Because one day we passed by one, and there was 2 of them in there, but we were on a short time frame and had to get back to the hotel because we had a flight later that day, and so I didn't get to go in there and look because I had gone over there on a mission to the shop where I bought my sewing machine, and that antique store was like right across the street from them, and I'm like, Those are singers in the window. He says, we don't have time, babe. Maybe next time. And we haven't got around to it.
Terry Bishop says maybe to the senior centers. That's actually a good idea. Like take your extra scissors and supplies to the senior center. Oh, Terry finished painting one of her sewing machines today.
Oh, cool.
Her ears perked up right away when she heard me say singer.
I'm sewing on mine right now, and I finished painting one today. Cool. You are going to have to wait, Missy.
Well, I am sewing some of the points off. But that's okay. We'll just pretend it was supposed to have cutoff points. I'm not going to take it out and redo it. I'll be glad when I get this quilt done. I'm not really sure if I want to start that new block of the month or not.
You're thinking about trying to finish something before you do?
Yeah, do something different.
You know what you want to do if you do that?
It is only once a month, so I mean, shouldn't be that difficult.
Yeah. It does look like a lot of pieces, though.
Yeah, Terry, I bet that does get expensive. She said she needs to take a break from um restoring her machines though, you know, resurrecting and restoring. I could see that being expensive. Of course, you could always sell a couple of them, you know, and
Get some of that money back.
he's probably going, "What?
Nah.
Sell my babies? No way." He loves those singers.
I loved my mother's singer machine. That machine was a workhorse.
Yeah, Sylvia, we decided since we're both going to keep on sewing, whether we're live or not, we might as well stay live. Hi, Donna.
Hey, Donna. Hey, Donna, I need your speaking of that, I missed shit. Sorry for the language. Donna, I need your email address. So, let me think. Um, uh-oh, I just hit something I shouldn't have hit.
She said she sewed off a lot of her points too. Oh, she's not gonna do the peaceful basket. Yeah, I'm really debating on that, whether I want to do that.
Nora, enough.
Nora, you're gonna get in trouble, baby.
Bothering me. Oh, and I think I just lost my. No, I didn't. There it is. Donna, can you? And I think Rob or whatever his name was, he was in here earlier. I forgot to put my email in because I need y'all to email me, please. Here you go, Donna. Should post here in a minute, I hope. Or not. Oh, there we go. Can you email me, Donna? It has to do with you being a member of the chat. I mean, a member of the channel. Just drop a line and say hi, emailing you like you asked me to, something like that, and then I'll fill you in on what is going on. And I forgot to make sure that Rob got the email address too, because I went to look at y'all's YouTube channels, and y'all do not have an email on there. Did you get my email, Teresa?
Yeah,
The one about the member thing?
I think so. Didn't I write you back?
No, you didn't.
Oh,
So far,
wow.
only 2 people have written back.
Oh. Oh, I know. Yeah, I can't do it on Sunday because that's the day I go live.
Is it at the same time you're going live?
Yeah.
Well, crap. I don't know what other day we can do it because Saturday's slammed with everybody else. I mean, I don't mind doing it at nighttime, my time, but your live, I think I see in the evening hours, I think.
I have to look at the email again and see what times you had, but
I bet
part
I
of
put
the
7 my time, I bet. I don't know. I'll look at the email and see. Maybe maybe we can all get together and discuss when we could do it. I don't know. I don't know if you've noticed, but Saturdays and Sundays have become filled with everybody is doing other things. Like this Sunday, Becca's having her VIP Zoom.
yeah, she always has it on one Sunday sometime.
Yeah, the last Sunday of the month, I think.
Yeah.
So I couldn't plan anything for this Sunday.
There are so many people going live on Sundays now.
Yeah, it's just it's hard to because I don't want to cause any friction.
Well, like Tiffany and Becca say, there's always replay. Just if you have a chance to go live, just do it. Don't worry about everybody else because otherwise you'd never go live if you.
I know, but trying to get people to a private Zoom who want to watch lives, the lives will win out over the private Zoom.
Oh, well, they can still watch the live on a private Zoom.
Yeah, you could do what I do. I multitask on that one.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
And my husband comes in there and he says, "You're watching 2 lives at the same time. How can you even do that?" I'm like, "I don't know. I just do." Both of them are not blasting in my face. One's volume's a little bit lower. The one on the laptop, the volume on the laptop, I turn the TV down because I try really hard not to listen to the TV blasting for the most part, unless it's a really good movie. So most of the time I try to keep the volume down, and then I just turn the volume even further down on my laptop so I can hear both of them at the same time. And someone's going to say, "How can you hear both of them at the same time?" You can. It's like, you know what I used to do? I used to listen to music and watch TV at the same time when I was younger.
Yeah.
Because maybe I didn't necessarily, because sometimes TV shows spend too much time talking and no action. So I get a little bored.
Right. Math Geek has a question for you.
Okay. What time were you thinking of, Katie? I didn't see a definite time in the email. I just chose a date, right? Let me go look at that email real quick. Well, I was hoping everybody answer, and then we try to vote on a time that feasible, I hope, for everybody. Ah, Robert Cox sent me an email. Thank you, Robert. I didn't know you were still in the channel. Donna did too. Thank you, Donna. Now I just got to track down the other 3 people. Hang on. You're right. I didn't say what time. Okay. The reason I didn't say what time was because I wanted to see what I need to do. I'm going to send out another email, and I'm going to need time zones from all of you because yes, it does matter, because I don't want to start a Zoom at midnight my time. Sorry, but I really don't want to do that. Unless I've been, sleeping all day long or something. But I need to know everybody's time zone. Plus, I need to know what hours are not. Tell me what hours are not doable. And then I'll try to finagle around it. I don't know that I can make everybody happy, but I will try.
Well, mine's pretty easy. I can't do it on Sunday from 2 p.m. to 4.
That's 8 o'clock my time. Yeah, that would present a problem for you and me unless I went earlier, unless I had the Zoom way earlier in the day. But I don't know what's the earliest you're willing to do a Zoom?
Well, you know what Becca does is she just says the Zoom is open, starting at 8 o'clock or whatever till 6 o'clock, and come on when you want.
That's a good idea. And then,
yeah, just open it up and okay, here's the next one.
That is so cute.
I think that one was the rose block.
It's pretty. He did.
Rob,
I got the email. Thank you, Rob, if you're still here. Hang on a minute. Let me see because Becca bought some memberships, and I want to include you guys in the membership thing. So let me go look and see who else was on that list that I need emails from, because most everybody that was on this last one, yeah, I couldn't find their email address on my own. Hold on. You can keep talking while I look this up real quick.
okay.
So the members, I need Christine. If anyone sees the following people, tell them they need to email me. Christine Kidd is one of them.
Christine who?
Her name is Kidd.
Kidd?
Kidd. Yeah. And when you go look at her profile, there's no email on it. So I can't send her an email to include her in. I need one from Charlotte. Does Roaches? Is that how you say it? Or Roches? Got Donna. I need one from Beverly Akins as well. And I haven't seen her in the chat today.
I'll be right back.
Okay, I'm back now.
Okay, I'll be right back.
D. Roche. Okay, thank you for correcting me, Terry. D. Roche. Yeah, I need someone. If you see her, y'all give her my Greenland Quilter email and tell her I need her to email me. Tell her it has to do with her membership to my channel. Nothing bad. Just want to touch base with her so that I can plan something. Shelby, you got your email, right? It's funny how quickly we can mess up somebody's name because we don't know how to pronounce it. You would not believe some of the names people have here, Greenlandic names. They are long and hard to say. Well, what can I ask y'all about? So do any of you have any special projects you're working on right now that you're giving away? What are you doing?
I'm going to get that one project cut up that I got from Primitive Gatherings. It's a like fabric that you would do in a quilt of valor.
Uh-huh.
And because did I tell you I went to the Quilt of Valor or the my sewing group meeting earlier
No.
this week?
Oh,
Yeah,
tell
I hadn't been in quite a while because well, because my fibromyalgia, has been acting up so bad lately that they usually have the meetings like at 5:30, 6:30 at night. By then you know,
you're toast.
yeah, I'm toast. But they had it at noon at a restaurant that's not too far from here. So we had lunch and then we had the meeting. Anyway, we usually give out 2 quilts in May for the Quilt of Valor, and then we do 2 quilts in November. And normally everybody sews a block or two that goes into the quilt.
Mm-hmm.
But they kind of got behind on doing this block thing. So I thought, well, hey, I got this quilt and fabric and all that. I could sew one of those up and that would make a great quilt of valor. So I'm planning on doing that sometime next week. At least get it cut up and then that's the project I'm gonna sew downstairs on my little featherweight. I like having a project to take downstairs with me, so I'm not always up here and Brandon's
Yep.
always down there.
Yep. That's why me and Nikolai I try to leave space, free on the table in there so that he can build and we can spend time together. So I'm not,
Right.
you know, not hanging out with him.
Right.
And he's got where he really does enjoy it.
Yeah, I think
Only when he
Brandon
just
likes
go ahead.
I was just gonna say I think Brandon likes it too when I'm down there
Yep,
sewing and the way he can talk to me when he feels like it.
yep. I need to buy him a tall bar stool, either a tall bar stool or a bar chair, because that table's tall. He made the table tall enough that I didn't have to strain my back when I'm cutting fabric. So he spends a big majority of the time standing up in front of it while I'm over there sitting on my butt at my desk.
So Terry just finished the snippet zipper pouch
Oh,
to
cool.
show in a challenge. Oh,
That must have been for the cotton cuts.
oh,
Yeah.
for cotton cuts, yeah.
I was going to clean some machine parts and my back said, I am done for the night. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it does that, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. It'll say, okay, I've had enough of it. It's like when I sit in this chair too long.
Yeah, me too.
I go to stand up and this nerve that's pinched, it'll shoot pain down my leg.
Hmm.
Nikolai says he can tell sometimes when I'm in pain and he'll say, I think it's time for you to get out of that chair.
Yeah.
Because I said, yeah, I'm in pain. He says, yep, I can see you're in pain. Because I tried to ignore it during the daytime. I can't ignore it when I try to go to bed at night because that keeps me awake.
Yeah, mine wakes me up too. Especially my legs get to aching.
Yeah, it's like the only way I can liken it is like a toothache,
Yeah.
only worse. Sylvia says that she hopes that So Terry will share that.
Yeah, she should take a picture and post it on the Facebooks.
Yeah, go paste it on our Facebook group and other groups too. Because I think you have one, don't you?
Yeah, I have one.
That's your update, Frank.
Thank you.
Sorry.
That's okay. Hey,
No,
sneezes happen.
actually, no, there's not an update. They got to find someone to paint it. Terry says she posted it on the Cotton Cuts group. Okay, we'll have to go look at it. Can you post it in the Greenland Quilter group too, please? I woke up doing this sneezing stuff. And it's driving me a little bit batty. Cannot escape it. I only took one Benadryl instead of two because I knew if I took two, it was going to make me sleepy.
If I took a Benadryl, I'd be in bed right now.
It takes two to knock me out. I couldn't, because they don't sell cold medicines and allergy medicines here. And so I brought back Benadryl with me. I tried to look for some Sudafed, just regular old Sudafed. Nobody had them. I guess they
No, they took that off the
I guess they
market.
outlawed it or something.
Yeah. Yep.
No more epinephrine. And I can't just take any kind of cold medicine or allergy medicine because some of the ingredients in some of them, and even on the box will say, warning, if you are asthmatic, do not take this medicine because it will trigger an asthma attack. Yes, it will. One of the side effects is some of the antihistamines out there. Some of them do not jive with people who have asthma.
Yeah.
And I just have to be one of those people.
Hi, Laura. What's up?
Hey, Laura.
Just got home from running way too many errands. I'm exhausted, but thought I would say hello.
Thank you for coming to say hello.
Yeah, hello, hello. That's how I was yesterday, Laura, when I had to go to town. It's like takes an hour and a half drive just to get there. And then, got to drive all over the place, do all your errands. And by the time we got home, what time was it? It was like 5:30 at night. And I was done. I did not want to cook dinner or anything. So I just told Brandon, I think it's pizza night. So you're getting pizza. Frozen pizza. That's all I can do. He wasn't too happy about it, but hey, too bad. If you don't like it, make something yourself because I'm too tired. And after I cooked it, I went to bed. I was like, oh, I'm gone. I'm out of here. So I feel like fell asleep at 7 o'clock.
That's what I love about Nikolai. There are times when I don't want to cook, and he'll go in there and he'll do the cooking.
Yeah, my guy's not too keen on cooking dinner.
Nikolai makes the best ever chicken and pork soup. It's so yummy.
What I need to do is get him some steaks, and that way
Wants to cook.
when he's needs to cook, then he can just throw a steak on the Barbie.
Yep. So in between all the talking and getting distracted and taking care of needy little mutts, I managed to make 8 of those blocks so far. It was just a joke about the dogs, you guys.
Laura said, frozen pizza is definitely on the menu. Yeah. Then I thought, I wonder how the frozen dinners are nowadays. I haven't bought a frozen dinner in forever.
Yeah, I'm wondering that myself.
Maybe buy a few frozen dinners and have them in those nights you don't feel like cooking. We don't have any like fast food restaurants out here.
Yeah, we only have two restaurants here ourselves. Well, actually, I think we have a third one, but I have yet to go check that one out.
And they're just so expensive anymore. Gee whiz.
No, everything's expensive. All kinds of ways of eating is expensive. How many of you guys saw that YouTube video called 500 Yards Quilting Parody, the Knickerbockers?
I didn't.
You've got to go see it. It's hilarious. Let me share the link in the channel. Y'all can go look at it later. It is totally hilarious. I'm like, wow, this gives a new meaning to how to make a YouTube video. At the beginning of the video, it says, disclaimer, no fabric was harmed in the making of this video.
Thank you, Terry.
I thought it was awesome too, Terry. What are you doing?
We actually have 2 restaurants out here. Well, one is a bar restaurant, but they have like a limited menu. You can get hamburgers or fries or a chicken sandwich or finger steaks.
Is the food good?
I think they probably have like 6 or 7 things on the menu. Yeah, it's pretty good.
John Harris says he saw it. It was cool. I'm like, dang, I would love to come up with a fun way of showing videos. I wonder how he got permission to use the music part of the song. He used the music, but wrote his own lyrics to the song. Used somebody else's. It's 500 miles, that 500 mile song.
Oh, yeah.
So he's using the musical part of it, not the words, and he rewrote the lyrics. So I wonder if he got permission from the original maker of the music. All right, let's go press these these.
Oh, yeah. Math Geek. Puget Sound area definitely has a lot of restaurants. I used to live up by Seattle. Um, we lived there for about 4 years. It was crazy. Traffic, traffic, traffic.
Is Puget Sound a big city? Teresa?
Huh?
Is Puget Sound a big city?
Puget Sound is a location.
Okay.
It's oh, she's in Kirkland. Okay. I used to live by Bothell. Oh, I'm sure it is. I lived over there in, I think it was 85. Yeah, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89. We left in 89. Actually worked in a little town called Mill Creek, um, which wasn't very far from Bothell. Of course, it's probably really big by now.
I have to say that I found it disappointing to have been gone from Lake City for 12 years. And when I went back there, the only part of the town that had changed was the West End, and they had grown up on the West End. The rest of it still looks like a rundown city.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like they tried to do any, like updating and it looks like old Lake City. That's what it looks like. She says,
Yeah,
I live in a
exactly.
small. Oops, sorry.
Oh, I was talking to Math Geek. She said, yep, and Mill Creek isn't so little now. I can imagine. Kirkland has over 92,000. Oh, my goodness. And I went to college at Edmonds Community College. I don't know if you know where that is, but that's mm, the entire region is 4.3 million. I
Wow.
wonder why they don't live there anymore. I don't miss it. It was so damp over there because it rains so much, and oh my goodness, it just plays heck with your allergies. Constantly sniffling. Yeah, I lived there with my first husband, and he got a job offer to either in Portland, and then he got one in up by Seattle. And we went and checked out each location. We decided that we liked it up there by Seattle better than Portland, so that's why we moved there after he got out of college. He was like a computer programmer, and he was a teacher. He used to like teach classes in that math, like calculus and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
Trigonometry, something way above my head.
It takes a gift to be able to teach mathematics, high level mathematics, and have all your students understand it.
Well, I didn't even take algebra in school, so I don't think I could go through his classes.
I struggled through the third level of algebra. I had to do that class twice in college, and I had to do pre-calculus twice. And I ended up with a really good teacher on the second go around of the pre-calc because she realized that because I made a comment about that uh, where I struggle the most at is with algebraic equations that use odd numbers that are really big and I can't visually see them in my head. And she says, do you visually see numbers in your head when it comes to even numbers? I said, yes. I can look at a number and tell you how many factors will come off of that. She says, this is why you're struggling with the other part of the math, because you can't see it, because you can't see odd numbers.
Huh.
You can't do them in your head unless you're a really good mathematics person. My son, funniest thing, he was in the second grade and I got a phone call from the teacher, and he'd already been having academic problems anyway because he was so far behind due to all the in and out of the hospital stuff he was having. And she said, have you been teaching your son the square roots of up to 100? No, why? Your son just told us all of them up to 100. And I'm like, wait, what? Yeah. And you didn't teach this to him. I said, no. He knew all of them all the way up to 100, and nobody could give a reason why you knew that. He's good with numbers. I think that's why he can play games and beat them within weeks. Sometimes he can beat a game in a week. Sometimes it takes a couple of months. But he's always been that way since he was 6 years old. But he can't read, and well, he can read, but he can't understand what he reads. It's one of his deficits.
Yeah.
I wish he would have, I wish he loved reading, but he doesn't because he doesn't understand most of the time.
Hey, Robin, I hope you have fun doing that horse. She says she just bought it from Amazon.
Oh,
It's a
I'm going
lot
to
of
have to look
fun.
for that horse too. Laura says, I told my husband that he couldn't take me from 300 days of sunshine to 300 days of overcast. I wouldn't have been able to handle that. And then Shelby says, so true, Laura. And then the bottom line was cost of living. Now things are just expensive everywhere. They are
Yeah.
expensive worldwide, you guys. Not an American problem.
Listen, when we moved there, my rent was $350 a month. And we had like a one little bedroom cabin thing. It was really cool. It was a neat place to live, but even that much money was a lot back then, in
Yeah.
1985. I bet it's probably 15 to 12 to $2,000 a month now for that place.
Please tell me I didn't make a mistake.
There's another black then.
I think I might have. Oh, I didn't cut enough. That's what. It should have been. Yeah, I didn't cut enough. That's what the deal is. My son had a huge white bird in his room and he used to do long division. Shelby says, I'm not good with arithmetic unless it's written down. My math skills are problem solving and abstract thinking.
What is that beeping?
My iron.
Oh,
I don't know why it beeps, but it does.
huh.
I don't know what that beep means. The manual is in Danish, so I can't read it.
Oh,
I finally figured out what the flashing light means, though. It has two color flashing light, a red one and a flashing green. And then the green will go solid where it doesn't flash, and that means the iron's ready to use. And then it'll start flashing red when it's saying, I guess it means two different things. One is you need to put the iron back on the stand, and the other one is I'm going to go to sleep if you don't use me soon. Either way, I don't like the iron very much. But irons are not a thing over here, so you have to
yeah.
use what is there. I have a perfectly nice iron sitting in California that I cannot even use. That I won. The Panasonic 360 wireless.
Yeah.
Use it over here because the plug is an American plug.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, so it's still sitting in California in the box and never been taken out. I don't know. I've been thinking about what to do with it. I might give it as a gift one night live or something. I don't know. We'll see. I'm still thinking about it because it's an expensive iron. I don't know that I could sell it outright.
Oh, Sylvia says, I keep thinking it's my fire alarm.
No, it's my iron, you guys. You probably have heard it before and wondered what it was. I'm surprised you're the first one that's even asked about it, and I know y'all hear it.
Yeah.
Shelby says she bet somebody would buy it from you. You think so?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go press these.
Does it have a ceramic plate?
You know, I don't know. I didn't ask my son to take it out of the box. It's not even been opened.
Oh.
Now he's not there to ask these questions to, so.
I still have the iron that my grandmother gave me at my first wedding.
Oh, wow.
So that was in 1980.
Does it still work?
Yep.
Wow. That's a long, what kind of iron is it?
I don't know why. I knew you were going to ask me that. It's downstairs. I don't remember what kind it is. I'll have to look.
Okay. I'd love to know what brand it is that's lasted that long.
But you know, they don't, none of them make things like they used to anymore, you know.
No, they don't. Everything is disposable.
Yeah.
Let's don't put anything into them and sell them for the same high price.
Yep, it's good to have a spare.
You used to go walk in Walmart and buy an iron for $10. Not anymore. Everything's 3 times the price or more.
It was kind of funny when I opened that. I'm like, why? That's kind of a weird wedding gift. Why would I need an iron? Well, it turns out Grandma knew best because my first husband was in the Marines, and so I was always I had to iron his khakis, you know. Um, all of his stuff. So it was a good thing I had an iron.
They didn't have dry cleaners for that kind of thing.
Yeah, there was dry cleaners there. You could take your stuff in to have dry clean, but um, you know, we were on a budget back then. I mean, he was the only one bringing home the bacon. I was the housewife.
That's what dryers are for.
Oh yeah, you couldn't get away with that. You had to use a whole can of starch. Man, your uniform had to be pressed and starched, or starched and pressed. It had to be stiff. And could you imagine wearing that in 29 Palms, California?
No, not really.
Yeah, talk about hot. Ooh, check the flea markets. The 360 is the ceramic base.
Well, that's the one I won, was the 360. It came from Fat
Oh,
Quarter. I won it from Fat Quarter Shop for my 2023 Stronger Together quilt.
really?
I did, and then this year I
Wow.
won. I don't remember how many Fat Quarters is in that AGF bundle, but I won one of those for this year's um, Stronger Together.
You did?
I did.
That's right. I remember that.
Yeah, I was totally surprised because I haven't even finished it. I had all of the blocks but one block done before I left for the United States. And then someone, I think it was Diane, messaged me and says, "Have you seen did you see what was posted from over on Instagram from Fat Quarter Shop?" I'm like, "No." "Did you know you won something?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" For your Stronger Together. And I'm like, "What?" So I went and checked my Instagram and I had a message from Fat Quarter Shop. Sure enough, you have won this particular Fat Quarter bundle and you get to pick which one you want. And
Wow.
so I chose the solids because I didn't really care for the looks of the other ones.
Right. How do you sign up for stuff like that?
I was just doing the quilt. You participate in the Stronger Together in February, make the thing and post it on Instagram and on Facebook, and they look at everybody what everybody's doing, and then they pick somebody. And I think the designers help pick people too.
Huh.
I don't normally win anything, but the last 2 years I have. And I've been doing them in boutiques, which has been shocking to me because I know Kimberly hates boutiques.
Yeah, she's not a fan for sure.
She has said it on a live. I hate petites. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she's saying this on a live. So any newbie person who might think about trying it probably won't now. But she's the goddess of the quilt world.
Denise, that's funny. She says, my husband was written up because I didn't iron like one man wanted them, to be the uniforms. So off to the cleaners they went for the next 24 years. Yeah. I actually, I guess I was pretty good at it because a lot of his buddies would bring their uniforms over and I would do them. And
They
I
pay
would
you?
charge, yeah, they paid me. And then I also could do the high and tight haircut. So they would have me do their haircuts too. So I guess I kind of worked. Went through a lot of starch. Robin says, boutiques are not on my list of favorites either. Well, me and Katie like them.
Yeah, you can just send them all to us. We'll take them all. No complaints at all. I don't know what there is. Not, yeah. I'm in love with them. I want all of them. And you guys, it was hard behaving myself on the shop tops because probably 50% of the stores we went in had so many boutiques I know I didn't have.
Right.
And I would have bought all of them if I made a comment in one of the stores. If I was rich, I'd buy every one of these. Just about every last one of them I would have bought. Because they were so beautiful.
Sylvia says Kimberly used boutiques on something recently.
Yeah, but she didn't sew it. Someone else sewed it for her.
Yes, Laura, I do starch my fabric and I starch it before I cut it. And depending on what I'm going to do with it, like when you make when you make a square and then you cut it on the diagonal, this is all bias. So before I even cut this, I really starch the fabric so that I'm not stretching the bias. It's super easy to stretch the bias. And then your black would be all, wobbly. So yeah, and then after that, I I don't starch like when I'm doing putting the block together. Just that one time.
Someone just made the comment that they heard the 360 has issues. Lord, let's hope
Oh,
I don't
really? I haven't heard that, Jody. And Laura, I use I don't use expensive starch. I use that Stay Flow. You can get it at Walmart, and it's been around forever. And you can it's concentrated, so you add the amount of water, you know, how much starch, how starchy you want your fabric to be. And the more concentrated you have it, the more likely it will leave little white flakes. So when I do press and I use that starch, I always starch on the back side of the fabric. But the starch flakes come off, so. You really got to watch it on black fabric though. Math Geek says her 360 has worked great.
Oh, see?
Katie, don't start mine yet. Mine what?
You didn't start what, Joy T?
Laura always starches. Actually, I use best press on everything before I cut. Okay. I wait for a coupon and then I buy it with a coupon, but maybe I should try the concentrate. Yeah, I would. And if you want that stay flow to smell pretty, you can always add a couple of drops of essential oil to it,
Yeah. Joy, what did you mean?
Well, Katie, did you need to go? It's been another hour.
Yeah, are you ready to go?
Whenever.
Okay, because let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I had 6 more done. I just got to put the triangles on. Okay, everybody. Thank you
It's
for
10
coming to
o'clock
my,
for you, right?
yeah, and I haven't eaten all day long.
Oh, well, you better go eat.
I've been on a long fast today. Anyhow, thank you for coming to my live. And thank you,
Thanks for
Teresa,
having
for
me.
coming to my live also. And you guys don't forget to live, laugh, love, and dream. And make sure you create from all of that. Thank you and have a great night. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for having me, Katie.
Thank you for having